Health warning.
I'm dead. I don't have a pot. Holy We're not gonna get this. We need to abandon right now. Where did that come from, bro?
Health warning.
Hello, and welcome to Hardcore Classic World of Warcraft. My name's Marsh, and I'll be taking on the hardest game mode in this classic 2000s MMO, with the goal of reaching level 60 and getting all the best gear in the game. We've chosen to play as a human warrior, and our name is going to be Marsh Tank, because we'll be tanking a lot of dungeons, but we won't be trading with any other players because we're playing in self-found mode. And if I do end up dying, that's the only life we get since it's hardcore, and we'll have to restart the series until we end up reaching our goal. So we're here at level 1 in Elwynn Forest. I plan to just knock out a lot of the early quests, and then eventually we'll move into some of the dungeon content and some of the elite quests. I haven't played in quite a while, so we'll be rusty probably, and our UI isn't fully set up yet, but I think I got it mostly how I want it. I'm using a few add-ons, and I'll share those in the description in case you're interested in any of that stuff. Ding, we just got level 2. Just working on some of these beginner quests here. At this starter zone here in Northshire, there's two chains of quests. There's these kobold quests where you have to go in the mine and kill various sets of kobolds, and then you have to go across the river and kill Defias thugs for the other set of quests. So we're just going to take care of these before we move on to Goldshire. I'm just going to take my time on the quest with this character. It's always better to be over leveled as a warrior, because it can be really hard to 1v1 things the same level as you, especially in hardcore. You want to play it safe. So yeah, we'll just take our time going through the zones, trying not to do any quests that are too high of a level for us. Ding, that is level 3, sorry. These early levels go by super fast. And if you guys are interested in making a self-found warrior as well, feel free to follow along with me here. Here we're getting our first warrior quest. We should get one of these quests like every 5 or 10 levels. Like a special class quest, and we'll get different abilities and stuff like that. Ding, that is level 4. We just have 5 more kobolds to go. Talking to the warrior trainer now that we got a couple levels, and we have this battle shout to pick up. That gives us more damage when we use it. This charge is going to be one of our main abilities, and rend is a pretty decent one for the early levels. I have a couple of macros set up which help with your abilities. These are from when I used to play a few months ago, maybe a year ago. And these are just really helpful for the warrior. I can share some of these in the description as well. I kind of forget exactly how to use them, but I know you definitely want to use them as a warrior, and I'll explain more of that as we go on. Okay, this is going to be our first kill using the charge ability. And you can see that generates a lot of rage for us at the top left here. Rage is the most important thing for a warrior. You don't have mana. By generating rage and being in combat more, you're able to use your abilities from that. And the charge gives you an increase in rage right away at the start of the fight. So that's really important. It's going to be our best ability for a long time, I think. Okay, completing that first quest across the river is going to give us a weapon upgrade, this militia short sword. Could last us for a little bit. And we are almost level 5 now. Ding, there is level 5. The majority of our XP will be from quests, but occasionally I'll just be relaxing and chilling and just grinding some mobs just for a little bit of extra XP. And if I feel like we're too low of a level for a certain area, we can always just do this for a little while, for an hour or two, just to catch our level up. And this is the last quest in Northshire before we can move over to Goldshire. We have to take out this guy, Derek Padfoot, and then we can move on. We're just going to grab this quest quick on our way out of Northshire, and I think this takes us right over to Goldshire. So this is Goldshire. It's kind of the central town in Elwynn Forest. A lot of the quests will originate here, and then they'll send us out to different parts of the zone. So we'll be completing a lot of quests here. But before we do this, we're actually going to head up to Stormwind, because there's a couple things I want to take care of there first. First thing we're doing is setting our Hearthstone to Stormwind. I think this is the best place to do it for Alliance. We have to come back here for buffs and other various things. So yeah, I usually just like to keep it here. And then we come up here to the Dwarven District, and we're going to get mining as one of our two main professions. Engineering is going to be our other one. And we just want to always keep our mining up to date with our current zone. So we want to get that as early as possible and try to get as high of a mining level before we leave the starter zones, because we want to be able to mine the higher level ores once we reach those respective zones. But now we're just going to head back to Goldshire and continue the questing. And before we head into the Fargo Deep mine for our next quest, we want to make sure we pick up a mining pickaxe from this guy right here in Goldshire. There we go, level 6. Little tip to make the run faster is, you know, just as we're going between locations, just walk backwards and fight things and continue going to our next destination while we're doing so. Because we're just getting free kills, and see that we're completing part of a quest on the way, and we almost get to the next destination. So it's just a little efficiency tip that'll save a lot of time in the long run. Okay, so I completed the quest on this Stonefield farm before we went into the Fargo Deep mine to complete these couple of quests here. And that's so we could get this quest, Gold Tooth, to get the necklace back. And that just saves us some time from going into Fargo Deep mine twice. If we get this quest first, we can just go into that mine once and clear up all those quests in one go. Instead, if we would have just done these quests when we had gotten them, we would have turned them in and then eventually had to go back into the mine and clear it out again. So this saves some time. We are mining our first veins of copper, first of many mining levels that we'll be getting up. I also got advice from another player that early on we should learn skinning, as that'll help us get a lot of money for different weapons that we might need, and saving up a little bit for our mount later. So we're going to learn skinning as our second profession, but eventually we're going to swap that out for engineering. And then we'll just need a skinning knife as well at the same place that we got the pickaxe from. So every time we kill an animal, we loot it and then we skin it. And sometimes it takes a couple attempts. And we get a stackable hide that sells for 7 copper each, which will add up really nicely over the next like 10 levels or so. We will now head into the Fargo Deep mine. A lot of new players die here. This is kind of a noob trap. So you just have to play it slow and you should be alright. Just control your pools. And sometimes the problem is that they respawn behind you and they can spawn on top of you and everything. So yeah, we just have to play it safe. Okay, here's the Gold Tooth boss that we have to defeat. It is a little bit too high of a level for us actually, so I think our best action is going to be to run away here. The dungeon's clear behind us, and yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to take this guy out yet. We might have to get another level or two. Or maybe a little weapon upgrade at least. Alright, so we're trying this again. We took out the little minion he had with him, and then, you know, kind of just healed up for a bit. Now we're back at it. And it looks like this is going much better. He's a little higher level than us, but we can take him out when it's just him. And they're starting to respawn behind us, so we need to be mindful of that as well. And there's the necklace. Boom. We are in serious danger here. We have a couple kobolds aggroed onto us. It is not looking good. No, I thought I remembered an escape route up there. It might be this way. Oh my gosh, my heart is racing right now. I think we're okay though. We're really lucky that we didn't get slowed down there. I have to play it more safe. Oh my gosh. Just finished the Fargo Deep mine, and I think I'm going to grind out boars for a little bit to make a little bit of cash and get our skinning up. I feel like Cartman from the World of Warcraft episode grinding out these boars right now. Ding, that is level 7. I just realized we're also starting to get this light leather from skinning, and that sells for a decent chunk more than the ruined scraps. So we're going to sell off all of our loot from that little grinding session, and I'm going to show you why we needed that cash in just a second here. you're going to want to come on into the blacksmith. We got 7 silver, and we're going to want to buy this sword called the Gladius. 3.8 damage per second. That's almost double what we currently have, and this should last us till we can get our next sword from a quest. Obviously, if you're playing a regular account, you can buy a much better weapon from the auction house at this point probably. But self-found, you have to use vendors a lot and dungeon drops and quest rewards. So at the start, this is our best option for a little while. Okay, we just turned in all of those quests in Elwynn Forest. Now all of these quests seem to take a jump in level and difficulty with the princess, and we have Augur coming up soon. And like I mentioned earlier, we want to be over-leveled for everything, and at this point we'd be kind of under-leveled for these quests. So I'm going to stick to that philosophy, and we're going to head over to Dun Morogh and do some of the easier quests over there so we can maybe get to level 9 or so before we take on these harder quests in Elwynn. So I'm stopping in Stormwind just to bank the stuff that I won't need for a little while, free up our inventory a little bit. And I want to explain this item quick called the Bag of Marbles. It's a one-of-a-kind item, and nothing else does anything like it. It decreases the target's chance to hit by 25% for 10 seconds, and that might not seem like anything crazy, but you can literally use this on like the hardest bosses in the game. So it's really beneficial if you do plan on making it to level 60 and you don't mind using up one bank slot just to hold on to that for the late game. So I think that's what we're going to try to do with this character. We have arrived at the Deep Run tram, and now we just wait. We've arrived in Ironforge. First thing we want to do before we forget is just to unlock the flight path here. And we're off questing now. Okay, we're here in Dun Morogh. We could go all the way back to Coldridge Valley and do those quests, but those might be a little bit too low of a level for us. We might not get too much XP for those. So we're going to do these mid-level quests in Karanos, and we'll go from there. You may have been lucky at this point and gotten some small pouches from killing monsters. We haven't been that lucky though, and we have 0 so far. So I'm going to use 10 of our silver to buy 2 of them real quick, and that's going to give us a lot more bag space, which overall is going to make us a lot more money in the future, so it's a good investment. Ding, there is level 8. I love both of the Alliance starting zones, Elwynn Forest and Dun Morogh, but I think Dun Morogh holds a special place in my heart. This is where I always started out when I originally played this game way back in the day. I would always play as a dwarf hunter and go through the Dun Morogh starting zone and just the snow and everything, but I really do love both zones so much. I forgot to do this before, but if we go to our spell book, we do find minerals. It'll show up with these yellow dots on our mini-map and show us where all the ores are, so that's going to be very helpful for us to level up our mining. Heading into the Wendigo cave, just like the Fargo Deep Mine in Elwynn, this is like a famous noob trap. A lot of people go in here and don't come out, but I think we'll be alright at our current level. Maybe just play a little bit slow. There's all 8 Wendigo mains, so let's go turn all these quests in. There we go, level 9, and we've now completed all of the mid-level quests in Dun Morogh, so that just leaves us the higher level quests in Dun Morogh and both Elwynn before we can move on to the next zones. Looking at our gear right now, we have a lot worse armor than I'd like to have at this point. Like, we're still using some cloth robes. I don't know if I've accidentally sold off some stuff that I should have equipped, but I don't remember really getting much chainmail armor pieces. But yeah, we're just going to keep rolling with this for now, play it safe, and hopefully we'll start getting some good armor drops. Okay, so here in the military ward of Ironforge, we're actually going to pick up the throne skill ability. It should cost about 10 silver, so if you have enough, you can grab this on your way from Elwynn Forest over here. But we're going to learn that and buy some throwing axes, because that's going to help us with a quest here in Dun Morogh that's going to give us a really nice weapon upgrade again. Also, don't be an idiot like me and buy a bunch of the throwing axes and waste a couple silver, because when you buy it once, you get 200 each. I thought it was only 1 at a time. So yeah, don't make that mistake. Just realized we haven't been to the warrior trainer in a while, so we're going to stop by here and keep up with our abilities. It's also important to make sure you're not like getting all these abilities, because you might waste a lot of money, and you really want to save money in this mode so you can try to afford a mount at level 40. So you really only want to get the ones you really need. Like, there's so many abilities here and you're not going to use half of them. So I found a little guide on a Discord I'm in that I can share that kind of gives you which abilities are better to skip and which ones you should make sure to buy. So we're just going to train these 3 for now because these are all good ones to get. That probably used up all of our money. So we'll come back later to buy some more of these. I'm in Stormwind right now because I had gotten word there was going to be a world buff, but it ended up being like a hoax or something because there was like 300 people standing in Stormwind and no buff ever came. But no worries, we're just heading back to Morogh now to work on those quests. Here we are trying to solo Vagash at level 9 because this will give us a really good weapon upgrade. I'm scared that this might not go well, but I think we have to try it. So I'm gonna try and pull him here, and we're gonna run for our lives then. We need to try and keep him leashed if possible, but I definitely do not want to let him close the gap on us. Oh my gosh, I am terrified. So we need to pull him over here by this little farm. And okay, he hit us once, but we're okay. And then jump on the other side of this fence. I think this is going all right for now. And when he gets over like that, we hop the fence again, and he has to go all the way around so we can do 1 or 2 shots each time. Alright, we just took him out. I'm not sure, I think this guy's pet helped us over here. But we got him below 50% HP. We didn't have to pull him to that guard, but I will take that. Super easy. We could have just kept doing that all the way till he was at 0% also, but that takes quite a long time. Let's thank this guy here for that. And there we go. This is what we did that for, to get the Cold Ridge Hammer. 8.3 damage per second, which is over double what we currently have. I realize we need to learn Two-Handed Mace ability though. I think that costs like 10 silver, so we're going to farm up a little cash and then we'll go get that. Alright, we earned a little bit of money. We are back in Ironforge, and we're going to pick up the Two-Handed Mace's ability, which let's just use this new weapon. We're going to have to just train our mace skill up a little bit, but that shouldn't take too long. Just been grinding out a few mobs and testing our new hammer, and it's so much faster than our previous weapon. We don't get the shield, so we lose out on a little bit of armor, but honestly, we kill stuff so much faster, so at the end of the day, we save a lot of health with it as well. And we're just going to continue the Morogh quest line here on the western side of the zone. I always like these quests because if you can see our mini-map, there's just quests everywhere we go. All of these animals and monsters in the vicinity are needed for quests, so we can just go around killing everything we see for a little while, which is always a lot of fun. Ding, that is level 10. Huge milestone. I think we unlocked some warrior quests there, and maybe some new abilities, so we definitely want to go to the warrior trainer next time we're in one of the major cities. We are cruising through these quests right now with this hammer. This will be our weapon for a little while. Our next weapon is going to come from a vendor, so we just want to be mindful of our money. And I think we need, I might be wrong, but I think it's like 80 silver we need to save up. So that's my current goal. Just keep doing quests, try to finish up Elwynn Forest and Morogh, and work towards that next weapon. Okay, we just picked up our level 10 warrior quest. We're going to have to go to Ironforge. We're not going to do that right now, but probably in the near future. We're going to do that one. I don't remember what the level 10 one gives. I think it's maybe a new ability or something. I always love this quest. Just give the guy the beer. Yeah, no worries, man. We'll watch on all these barrels for you. Yeah, no problem at all. Definitely won't be taking that for myself. Thank you. Heading into the Frostmane Hold now. This is another noob trap. All of these caves really are, because the monsters spawn behind you and you don't really have a place to run. So we're going to have to be really careful navigating through this. Teaming up with my buddy Rin Steelfist here for a couple of quests. Right now we're doing the Old Icebeard quest. Usually you can wait until he walks out and then you can run in and steal what you need. But since it's the two of us, I think we're going to try and take them on now. So let's see how this goes. Going pretty good. Rin is a paladin and has some heals, so that's very helpful. I think we should be able to take this out no problem here. We are taking on this quest in the Golbalar Quarry now. This can be another one where it's a little bit tricky in a cave, but I think with the two of us, we shouldn't have much of a problem here at all. Forgot if I mentioned, but this he's a self-found paladin, by the way, level 13, so right around the same level range as us. Finally, we got a mail piece of armor. This gives us 97 compared to like 8, which our current one had, so that's a huge upgrade. Alright, I am turning in the last quest here in Morogh. We've completed all of these quests. The next thing I'm going to do is head over to Loch Modan while we're over here, and we're going to grab the flight path for that. Because once we're done with Westfall later on, or maybe even before that, I'm not sure, we're going to come back to Loch Modan and do some quests here. But after we get this flight path, we're going to head to Elwynn Forest and finish up all those quests just to get the first 2 starter zones totally done. Flight path is discovered, but we're just going to use our Hearthstone to save a little bit of silver. Back in Stormwind, I'm going to go ahead and use up all of this copper that we've been collecting, and this should get our mining level up quite a bit because you get mining levels from mining the ore, and you also get a lot of levels from actually smelting it up. So we're going to create all and just let this go for a bit. We got 62 mining from smelting all that. We need 75 before we can go to the next zone and get tin. I think it's 75. So as long as we get a little bit more copper, we should easily get there. I'm going to talk to the warrior trainer, see if I have any new abilities, because I think last time I was here I forgot to check on that. We can upgrade our rend, which I think will help us out more so in the early levels, but I think we'll spend 6 silver to help with that and see if we have anything else. I thought we might have Sunder armor right now, which is going to be our best ability eventually, but I don't see it yet. I definitely want to get that as soon as we unlock it though. Okay, I think we actually get Sunder armor when we complete these level 10 warrior quests, so we're definitely going to work on those early on here once we do the Elwynn quests, just so we can get that. It's a really good ability for leveling and for dungeons. It helps you keep threat and reduces their armor. So yeah, we're going to be using that a lot. We're going to try to get that as soon as possible. Alright, we found Hogger. We're going to take him out here. We have a priest helping us, so we should be alright with some heals. But yeah, solo, we would definitely have a hard time doing this. We'd have to be really over leveled, or we just have to skip it, honestly. So yeah, for a lot of quests I'd like to do solo, but for certain quests like this, definitely it's better to do it with a group. Turning in that Hogger quest, and that's to get these Stormwind Guard leggings. Our first green item, well, at least for armor, that is, gives 113 armor and 3 strength, which is the best part about it in the leg slot. So we're absolutely going to select those. And ding, that gets us up to level 12 as well. But yeah, these are going to be the best in slot legs for a long time. Quite a few levels. I can't remember exactly, but I know these are really good. Finally bought 2 more brown pouches, and that increases our bag space a lot. We only have the 6 slot bags, but eventually we'll increase those. Okay, so we just got summoned over to Booty Bay by our friend's guild, and this is because there's a world buff going on here soon. When people complete their raids, like the highest level bosses in the game, they drop these world buffs that give everyone that's in the major cities, Booty Bay and Stormwind, and it'll give you like bonus damage and speed. And oh yeah, it says don't forget to get the flight path, so we're going to go get that as well, so we can come back here for dungeons and stuff later on. But yeah, we're going to get the world buff and then go back to questing. This should help us out a lot and speed up things for the next, I think it lasts for 2 hours or so. Doing the princess quest right now, I feel pretty confident that we can do this because we have this world buff, but usually this is a pretty tough quest. But yeah, I think being level 12 in the world buff, we should have it. Yep, there we go. There is level 13. We are flying through the levels. Pretty close to being done with Elwynn Forest here. Then we're going to finish the level 10 warrior quest to get Sunder armor. And then we're either going to head to Loch Modan or Westfall after that. I'm not sure exactly yet. Here we are for the level 10 warrior quest. There's 2 versions of this quest. One in Elwynn Forest and one here in Morogh. I think once you start one of them, you can't do the other. I might be wrong about that. So it probably would have been better to do the one in Elwynn, but we had already started this one. But that's alright, no worries. We're going to get this done real quick, and we'll get the Sunder Armor ability. And yeah, that's going to be our main ability. We're going to be using that a ton, so I'm going to get that as soon as possible here. We'll turn that in right away. Oh, and we just got a green item, a leather chest piece. Maybe we can use that for a little bit. Cool. Was finishing up some quests on the eastern side of Elwynn and decided to come over here to Red Ridge so we can grab the flight path. When we're in Westfall, we're going to need to come here for a quest, talk to someone at the inn, I think there. So we might as well just grab this now while we were already on the eastern side of Elwynn. Okay, we are heading to do our last quest in Elwynn Forest. We have to kill some gnolls. And then after that, we can finally move on to Westfall. There's a couple other quests here. The Collector and what is this one called? Furrowbrow's Deed. Those are just extras. You have to get lucky and get those as drops. We have not gotten those, unfortunately, yet. So they don't give too much XP. We'll just skip them. They're just like nice little bonuses if you do happen to get the drops during the other quests in this zone. Alright, and there it is. We've finally completed Elwynn Forest. And now we can move on to Westfall. Here we are entering Westfall for the first time. This is always a very fun zone to complete. So we're going to grab a bunch of quests. We're probably just going to go around grabbing all the quests at the start. And then basically just running all throughout the zone, collecting a bunch of different items. Always a fun one. I'm going to try to clean up my quests here. This warrior quest we're going to do when we head over to Loch Modan. But all these other quests I think we can just get rid of except our Elwynn and Westfall quests. I probably should have banked before coming here because our inventory is getting pretty full and I've been forgetting to put this copper and stuff away. And with all the different mobs you're killing in Westfall, your inventory gets filled up real quick. So yeah, probably should have done that, but I don't really want to waste the world buff either. Kind of want to use that up for the last 30 minutes and maybe then we can go take a banking trip. We're fighting these Harvest Watchers right now, 2 levels above us. It gets a little bit sketchy, but the only reason I'm doing this is because I have the world buff. Otherwise, yeah, usually we don't want to fight things higher level than us, especially as a warrior. Other classes can get away with it, but warrior is really, really difficult. Solo, especially. Usually I would save this quest for later in the zone, but while we have the world buff, I figured we just take it out. Get it over with now. I love these throwing axes. We can use them and take out like 10 to 20% of the monster's health before they even get to us, which is really helps in the long term, speed things up. Oh my gosh, I just had to use a health potion. I was killing a Harvest Watcher, and I was low health when I killed it, and then the other one jumped onto me. My heart is like racing right now. I think I missed that recording, but might have got the last few seconds while I was running away there. Jeez, I am freaking panicking. Taking care of our last Harvest Watcher. Gonna go turn that in, and that should put us at level 14. And boom, just killed a vulture and got our level 14. Also a heads up when you're doing the quest in Westfall, I just realized this. Keep the flasks of oil. I think you're going to need that for one of the later quests in the zone. So yeah, just hang on to those. I remember in the past I've sold them and needed to get new ones. This is what I mean about Westfall, just the pure dopamine of having 10 quests that you can do all within a short distance of each other. It's just awesome. Oh gosh, my world buff ran out and I'm having trouble killing a boar right now. Westfall might be too hard of a zone for us. We might need to go do the beginning of Loch Modan soon. Let's see how this goes for a minute. But yeah, if we can't even kill a boar, it is not looking good. Okay, so I want to show you guys a little tip for this quest, the Forgotten Heirloom. There's usually a boss in here. This guy, this level 15, just killed it. But you need to get something from this cabinet, and what you can actually do is just stand outside of this window here. And if you move your camera so you can see the cabinet, you're able to just open it from the outside, and you don't even have to kill the mobs that are in here. Okay, so I think I'm just going to finish up this Handful of Oats quest and the Westfall Stew. We're going to do both of those, and then zone hop over to Loch Modan. I think it's always good to zone hop around a little bit. You don't want to be fighting over-leveled stuff, especially when we can't even kill a boar here. So yeah, I'm going to finish these up, and then we'll head over to Loch. So before we go to Loch, I'd actually like to find the traveling salesman named Antonio Pirelli, because we have enough gold for our next weapon upgrade, or enough silver I should say. And I also wanted to show you a quick shortcut. When you're leaving the Griffin Master in Stormwind, if you go slowly down that ledge right here, you can come all the way out here and get to the bridge much quicker instead of going all the way around through the city. So I just thought I'd show you guys that little shortcut there. So this trader walks between Redridge, Elwynn Forest, Westfall, and Duskwood. And I think he goes in a loop like this, counterclockwise. So the best way to find him is just running along that same loop clockwise, and we should run into him sooner or later. Here we are in Lakeshire, Redridge. I'm looking around for that wandering trader. I haven't found him yet, but we have a quest here from Westfall to turn in. And we're also going to grab this quest, Messenger to Stormwind, because we can turn that in and get some free XP as well. I just realized we actually can do both level 10 warrior quests. I don't know why it wasn't letting us earlier. So we're going to kill this guy down here and we'll loot that and finish this quest up. Ding, that is level 15. We were real close to the level, so while we were running back to Redridge, I figured I'd just kill a couple wolves quick. Shoot, okay, so we finally found this guy, Antonio Pirelli, in Redridge, and I thought he would always have the weapons on him, but I guess he only carries certain items at a time. So he has this Blessed Claymore, which might be okay, but I think that's not one of the weapons we were looking for. This requires level 17, and it costs 1 gold. I think we want either the Executioner's Sword or the Heavy Spiked Mace for both of those. So unfortunately he doesn't have them, so we're going to go back to questing in Loch Modan now. And we'll come back maybe like later tonight and see if his stock is switched up at all. Alright, we're back in Loch Modan. We're going to do a lot of the quests here on the western side. There's just one sketchy one in a cave over here that we may or may not do. I'm still deciding on that yet. And we're going to avoid all these on the eastern side. These get really sketchy. We might come back here at a higher level, but for now we're just going to do the western side. Okay, so that Antonio guy was not selling the weapon we were looking for, but we came here to Loch Modan, and I'll show you on the map. He's up here at the north at the dam. This mace vendor also sells it. So sometimes these guys don't have it. You might have to go back and forth between them or just wait it out for an hour or two. Log off or play an alt or something while you wait for it to restock. But there we go. The heavy spiked mace is going to be a really nice upgrade for us. It's like 4 extra DPS and some strength that we get. And the next weapon we'll get after this will be another vendor weapon. So we're going to have to keep saving up our money then. But there we go. Just bought it. This guy in the party is Rin Steelfist's other character. They're going to run us over to the wetlands now so we can unlock that flight path. Alright, we made the journey safely, didn't get attacked by gators or anything, and just unlocked this flight path. So that's all good. The next weapon is from the blacksmith here that we're going to get in our weapon progression. And we'll also need this to go to Darkshore, which is where we will eventually quest after Westfall in Loch Modan. Clearing out a cave with my buddy Rin Steelfist, and we just got this awesome waxed polished armor, green plate mail piece, 2 strength and 3 stamina, so that's going to be really nice, and 144 armor. That's a huge upgrade for us. We rolled against Rin for it and we won the roll. I don't know what the numbers were, but yeah, we'll take that. It's a huge upgrade. Let's go. Boom, level 16, flying up 3 more levels, and then we're going to do our first dungeon, which is going to be the Deadmines. So we're going to be working our way towards that. Hopefully we'll get there at the end of Loch Modan and Westfall, but we'll have to gauge where we're at that point. We just completed this other warrior quest from a little while ago, and it wasn't really worth it, but just for completionist sake, I wanted to get all the warrior quests done. So we're going to try to do those through every level, even if it's not really worth it necessarily to do those quests. There we go. We just got a world buff, and we're going to go on to finish Westfall now. Should speed that up a lot. So I just realized I've been making a massive mistake and have been completely forgetting about my talents, which you unlock at level 10. We have 7 unspent talent points, and this is going to make us way stronger. So I should have known about this a long time ago. I completely forgot about it. So we're going to be doing an arms warrior build. I know people might think we should do protection since we're going to be tanking in dungeons, but we need to gain threat from the monsters to keep them away from our damage dealers and the healers. So we need to deal a lot of damage in order to do that. So we're going to be going with an arms build. taking on the Defias Pillager quest with some friends right now. This is a really difficult quest. A lot of people die here to these pillagers. They deal a lot of damage. Even if you're a level or two above them, they can still do critical shots with their magic and really can sneakily kill you. So these are one of the most popular mobs that people die by. So definitely do this with a friend, or at least be really over leveled if you're going to do this. Ding, that is level 17, 2 levels away from being able to do our first dungeon. I'm so hyped for that. We're just taking out these pillagers. We only have a few more left. Pretty easy in a group, especially when I have a priest here with me. This is a buddy that's going to be running some dungeons with us. But yeah, Westfall is going pretty good. We had a couple close calls, but you know, nothing we can't handle. Just got a really nice boot upgrade from the leather bandanas quest. 3 stamina and 99 armor. We will take that. Oh yeah, we doing the RP walk with the Defias Trader on this escort quest. We just have to escort him to the Deadmines. We only have a couple quests left in Westfall, and we are ready for our first dungeon. I think we'll head to Darkshore probably after the dungeon. We're going to be a little bit short of our goal of level 19, but I think maybe we'll just mob grind for like 2 levels. Maybe just chill for a couple hours, do that, and get to where we need to be. Turning in the last of our Westfall quest, and we've done all the quests in Westfall that we want to complete. And our bank is getting really full, so we're going to use all of our linen cloths and learn first aid here right now. And we just need to save 60 of them, I think, though. Just learn first aid. We're going to use this hotbar here on the right and use up our linen cloth. And just make sure we save, I think, 60 of them, roughly. I could be wrong, but I think if I remember correctly, it's 60 linen cloth that we'll need when we switch skinning out for engineering eventually. And make sure to get the heavy linen bandages at level 40 first aid. We're going to spend a little time here getting all of our professions leveled up. We have to get our skinning and mining up after this as well. So we'll use all of our linen cloth besides 60 of it, and then we'll move on to those skills. I've been hoarding bank space on these recipes because I didn't think you could get them again after finishing the quest. But I just found out that there's a place you can rebuy all the recipes, so that's going to clear up a lot of space for us, like blood sausage and this liver pie. We're going to sell all that stuff. However, things like this engineering schematic, I think those are rare, so I'm going to hold on to that, but all the cooking recipes can go. Just got here to the wetlands, and we found the Executioner's Sword, which is the one we were going to look for, and it's in stock, and we have enough for it, so we're just going to go ahead and buy that right away. Should be a huge damage increase once we get to level 19, which is not too far away now. And also, if you're looking for this and you weren't able to get it here in the wetlands, I heard it's possible to spawn in a Theramore shop, so yeah, maybe you could look more into that if you don't find it here. Here we are in Darkshore. I don't know if we'll complete the whole zone right now, but we're at least going to complete enough quests to get us to level 19 or 20 and get ready for Deadmines, which I'm super pumped for. A little nervous, we'll see how it goes. I got a couple buddies that are ready to run it with me, so yeah, let's see how that goes later. Ding, there is level 18. We are 1 or 2 levels away from our goal now. Some guy in the guild I'm in just fell to death at level... He says we try again. At level 59, he falls to death. That is so sad. Oh no. Just spent some of our remaining silver to upgrade 3 of our bags to 8 slot. As we get more and more stuff, we're running low on space, so I'd like to upgrade that as much as possible. Going to learn fishing and start leveling up our fishing a little bit here so we can get that quest done in Darkshore at the same time. Do a little 2-in-1. Alright, here I am in Stormwind. I just upgraded my abilities a little bit, and we're going to start looking for a dungeon group for Deadmines. We didn't quite hit level 19, but I'm going to try and grind some mobs outside the dungeon. I'm hoping we'll hit level 20 before the final boss in there, but I guess we're going to have to just wait and see. I hope this goes well. This is a little earlier than I wanted to go, but I'm just really eager to go. It's getting a little late at night, so I want to do this before the end of the night so we can do another one tomorrow, because dungeons work like they reset every day at I think it's 10 a.m. server time. So yeah, I'd like to get one in now before we go to bed. So I'm going to head over to Westfall, make sure I have all the quests, and then we're going to get going. I finally just turned in that quest with the flasks of oil that I was saving for a while here at the lighthouse, all the way at the southwest of the zone. So yeah, I got a little bit of XP for that. Took up inventory space for a while, and I can drop that last one, but it was worth saving. Here we are, got the whole group at Deadmines, and we are ready to run this. We're a little bit under leveled, got an 18 and a 17, another 17, an 18, almost 19 myself, and then we have a 21. But I think we'll be alright as long as we play it safe, pull slow. I think we got it still. Here we go, entering the dungeon, doing the first little pools outside of it. I think we're going to do the quests outside of here too. Feeling pretty nervous, but let's hope for the best, guys. It was already cleared and we're a little low level, so we decided to skip the quests outside of the dungeon this time, and we can always do that next time. Here we are in the dungeon for the first time. Being there is level 19 early on in the dungeon. That should help out a lot with a little extra health and damage and everything.
Health warning.
I'm dead. I don't have a pot. Holy sh**. Bandage, bandage. Holy man. We're not gonna get this. We need to abandon right now. We absolutely need to abandon this. I think we need to abandon then. Been a sketchy run so far. Had a near-death experience already, but here we go with the first boss. Just got an insane blue axe from that first boss. That was really nice. We can't use it yet, but that's going to come in real handy down the line. We're going to learn that right after this dungeon. Granted, we make it out of this in one piece. I just hit the chicken too. I just hit the chicken. Get on me, f***ing. This is getting sketchy. Holy. Who would stay in this, man? Who would stay in this with random? This is going piss poor. This is going absolutely piss poor. So far so good on this pool. A little low, but I think we're almost dead. Another boss down. Pretty easy for the goblin room. Hopefully the last rooms will go the same way.
You there? Check out.
Alright, here we go, heading into the last part of the dungeon. Let's do it. Where did that come from, bro? Oh, the chain here, I guess. I'm dead.
Health warning.
GG.